confronted by a lack of funding in Hawaii schools and by the state being ranked worst in the country for teachers just last week by a national survey, educators around the state are participating in a walk-in protest today.
I think that what's important is not just it's worse for being a teacher, but it's also affecting our kids, right? This is about their education. It's not just about funding teachers, it's about funding our schools. And what I see in my school and in other schools is the lack of funding and how it's affecting the kids and their education. Things like not having AC, which makes the working conditions for kids really unbearable. And since we got AC in our school in most of our classrooms about a year ago, it drastically changed how the kids are behaving in class and how they're able to actually focus and work. And little things like schools that don't have pencils or paper, they have to ask for donations. Like there's so many different things that we don't have in our classrooms that we really need to provide them a college education, and they deserve so much more than this.
Teachers are asking the public to support schools and Keiki by voting yes for the constitutional amendment that is on the November 6th general election ballot.
We targeted this demographic because it's very progressive. We wanted to ask millionaires and billionaires that own properties here in the state of Hawaii. A lot of them are off-island investors, and we wanted to ask them if they can have a house in Wailea that's vacant most of the year. We wanted to ask them to chip in and fund our public education system. The HSTA has asked for the TAT increase before. The legislature ended up giving that to rail. We also asked for a get tax increase, which is more of a regressive tax compared to this, and that also went to rail. So our state legislators have not been putting education funding at the forefront, and that's what we're fighting for. And we believe that if we have a separate pot of money, that hopefully they can actually put education funding in the forefront and make it a priority in the state of Hawaii.
Hawaii teachers are joining what's called the Red for Ed movement around the country. In Oklahoma, West Virginia, and Arizona, teachers went on strike using walk-ins and protests to make the community aware of the lack of funding in public schools.
It's basically about standing up for public education and the funding that we need to properly educate our children.
Organizers here say the Red for Ed movement in Hawaii is expanding, and teachers across the state expect to hold more walk-in protests later this month.
For Maui Now, I'm Wendy Osher.